Alright guys, so here's another video that was requested recently about some interior shots and some features of the BMW M2. I'm going to show you guys the inside, all the cool features I personally like, and some features that I do not like, as well as some of the updates that they made for 2018 compared to the 16 and 17 models. So come on in and let's take a look. So to start off, I got a nice window sticker right over here. 14-way power front sports seats, including 4-way lumbar support and driver's seat memory. This black Dakota leather with the blue stitching is really nice. The blue stitching is a nice touch on the car. This dry carbon look as well is on the vehicle. The vehicle also has Harman Kardon premium audio system with Sirius satellite radio. The classic 3-spoke M steering wheel, which comes on all the M cars. The iDrive system that was updated for 2018 with different software. Comes with the navigation, rear view camera. This vehicle has the executive package, so it has the heated steering wheel, which is nice when it's cold out, like it is right now in New York. Also, it has the parking distance control, so it has sensors in the back that will warn you how close you are to certain objects rather than just relying on the camera. Also has the adaptive LED headlights, which comes with the executive package. You can't see that from in here, but when you turn the steering wheel, it actually turns the lights with you. Also comes with the lane departure warning and collision alert, which the buttons are right down here under the steering wheel. The heated steering wheel buttons underneath here as well on the left side. And that's about it for the window sticker. So some of the updates that they did for 2018 on the vehicle is when it comes to the air vents as well as this trim right here. The trim used to be extended over here. They decided to connect it on this side of the vehicle with these air vents instead. Also, another update is this digital dashboard that they put on the vehicle, which I find really cool. I have some things I don't like about it that I'll talk about in a little bit. Things I do like, I love this carbon fiber finish, especially when I found out that it was real carbon fiber. I've always wanted an M steering wheel just like this. I love how fat it is when I hold it in my hand, you know. Also, this digital dash is really nice. It's very easy to see while you're driving. Of course, the Alcantara on the interior is a really nice touch with the blue stitching. Really nice to feel, as well as on the door they have it as well. Another nice feature is the car has power folding mirrors. I wish that it had a feature where if you lock the car, it would automatically fold, but they told me it doesn't do that unless you download an aftermarket app, which I don't plan on doing. Also, this material right here is very nice to the touch. Seems like a weight saving or something like that, I don't know. It's also cool because it has these little microphones in the car that help with sound deadening. While driving, reduces some road noise. Things that I don't like about the car include this black finish right here because it leaves fingerprints. I was never really a fan of that. Another thing I don't like is on the dashboard over here. I'll scroll through. When you want to see the speed, since they actually, that's another thing, when they updated the dash, they got rid of the heads-up display on the car, which was some people liked, some people didn't like. They thought it was a little distracting. I kind of like it. It's not a deal breaker for me, but at least I wish they moved the speed from down here to up here, because when you're driving and you're really moving pretty quick, you have to keep constantly looking down here at the speed. I mean, you look at the speedometer, but the whole point of the heads-up display was to be less distracting while you're driving aggressively, or spirited is a better way to say it. So also, one of my favorite things about the car are these seats. They are super comfortable. They also have this button on the side that makes the side holsters actually tighten up for you. It's manual, like it's powered, but you have to manually do it. It's not like some of the other higher end M cars like the M5 and I'm not sure if the M3 does it, but when you're actually driving, if you turn left, the holster on the right holds you in. This one stays fixed once you set it, but it's also very comfortable to set it and make it nice and tight depending on your body mass. The car's got automatic lights, of course, a nice system over here, navigation, a nice large map. You can customize the system to have the map here and whatever you want over here, whether it's the weather, your music, stuff like that. There's plenty of chargers for your phone, one in here as well as one inside here. The car also has wireless charging, which is an option on the car when you get the executive package. which is inside of this glove compartment over here. Otherwise, it's, I mean, a pretty simple car inside. You know, there's not too many extra safety features, like there's no blind spot on the car. There's forward automatic braking to a certain extent, but I've had it kick in and it just kind of preps the brakes more than brakes on its own, which is kind of nice. I don't dislike that at all. I don't turn that off. Otherwise, safety wise, I would have liked blind spot on the mirrors. Also, front sensors would have been pretty cool on the car, even though it would look a little funny with those circles that come with it, but I wouldn't mind it just because of the safety aspect of it, and easier to park. So on the dashboard, I'm not sure if it's real leather or not. It almost seems like a pleather, just because it's going to constantly be in the sun, so they don't want it to wear out. Another thing I really liked about BMWs, all BMWs, whether it's a basic 3 Series all the way up to the highest end BMW, the buttons are very high quality on the car, which I really like. They're very solid, you know, they have this nice materials on them. The steering wheel is just a solid built product, you know. I always judge car companies by their lowest end product. For BMW, their lowest end product is probably a 2 Series or an X1 BMW. So the fact that it has these really nice buttons in it, you're gonna probably see some of these buttons in their highest end model, like a 760 BMW or an i8. There's probably going to be some parts borrowed from these lower end models. That's why, in my opinion, I love BMW, but the best company in my opinion is definitely Porsche, because if you look at their lowest end model, the Macan has some of the same parts that you'll see in a 918. The quality is absolutely unreal in those vehicles, but at the same time, BMW is right up there with them. That's why I've always been a fan of BMW. Like I said, it's just a solid feel and touch when you're pushing the buttons, as well as the materials used in the car. So a cool feature I actually just found out about. Well, I knew it slid like this. When you put your fingers on it, you can see that up here it switches between your favorites, which I don't really set because I only listen to my phone and like 2 channels on satellite radio. But a cool thing is, you can see I'm on the 1 right now. I slide over to the 5, it goes actually to the 5. I slide back to the 3, it goes to the 3. I didn't actually know that it's that. I thought it just kind of had like a little swipe feature where you just swipe it over, but it actually goes to the exact number, which is really cool. I mean, you can just push the button if you wanted to, which is pretty nice and convenient, and it's a little bit overkill in my opinion to just go like this. But oh, actually, you know, it's just touch. You don't even have to slide. That's pretty cool. Find something new every day about this car. It's like I said, it's pretty basic, but at the same time has some neat little features like that are a nice touch. That's pretty cool. So the interesting thing about the digital dash is it's not fully digital. The pointers that show the speed as well as the revs are actually fixed pieces, as well as the speed itself is fixed. So it's only partially digital. Which I'm sure people who have never seen the car before would never know. That's one thing I wish I actually had a little few more features. You know how Audi has their extremely intuitive and extensive with maps and stuff like that on the digital dash. That's one thing I wish. I mean, it does show your navigation directions once you turn the navigation on, which is pretty cool, but other than that, it's not full digital like the Audi would have been. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, and keep watching some of my past videos. I have a video of my exhaust, as well as some nice exterior shots, a little launch video as well, doing a little burnout. I'm going to keep posting over the next few weeks as the weather gets a little bit nicer. Right now, we got some snow in New York, so I'm not going to be posting as often. I'm going to just try to post as much as possible, though. So again, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. All right, have a good one.